Joining me now is Dan Hanson, Senior Portfolio Manager at Neuberger Berman, who oversees the Quality Equity Fund. It has about a 5% of its assets in unlisted shares of SpaceX as of the end of last month. And Dan, it's great to have you on. Welcome.
Thanks, Morgan. Great to be with you.
All right, let's start there. SpaceX IPO potentially in the cards for next year. Your thoughts?
Yeah, we think the time has come. This business, it's founded in 2002, so 23 years in business. It's an industrial juggernaut with two business units, the launch business and the communications Starlink business, each of which juggernauts multiple billions of revenue, cash flow, earnings, and we're pleased to be shareholders.
Yeah, and then there's also Starship, which they're continuing to build and develop too, which would be a massive extension to the launch business. So much of this is centered around, and this idea that SpaceX and Elon Musk, as the majority shareholder of SpaceX, considering taking the company public, is centered around the possibility of data centers in space. How big is this possibility, and what does it do to turbocharge not only space exploration, but also settlement, and then, of course, AI ambitions back here on Earth?
Yeah, that's all very exciting and was all part of our thesis in becoming shareholders a number of years ago. But what's really exciting and breaking news was over the weekend, Musk posting that the ambition to accelerate the path in the coming 3 years for data centers in orbit, to make that a reality, which motivates the IPO and the use of proceeds in terms of raising tens of billions. They don't need these proceeds to run these existing business, but to accelerate the opportunity for data centers in space would be a use for that capital.
It's interesting. I just talked about EchoStar before. The stock's up almost 500% in 6 months. Big reason is because they've become a meaningful shareholder in SpaceX through cash and stock deals to sell so much of their spectrum for Starlink. I mean, is this a name to be considering as well that's already public, or for that matter, some of these other commercial space names that seem to be getting lifted by these IPO reports?
Yeah, I think it's important. And at the Quality Equity Strategy, we take a very disciplined view. We love businesses that have, entrepreneurial founders, that have an ownership attitude, that have a unique mission, create value for their customers. SpaceX meets all that test. But we also need to look for valuations that are supported by the fundamentals. So what's exciting about SpaceX is they have that sizzle of opportunity and growth, but the fundamentals support the valuation case in our view.
Yeah. What do you see as the valuation here going into an IPO?
Well, the reports of the current tender was accomplished at $800 billion. We think that reflects the existing business assets, the launch business in itself, multiple billions of revenue and profits and cash flow. This existing Starlink business. I was on a United flight yesterday. It was a narrow body Embraer, and it had seamless digital access and productivity through Starlink service. Today, you've got upwards of 9 million subs. They're getting that service through 8,000 satellites in LEO today. So these are existing businesses that are driving the fundamentals and supporting that $800 billion valuation. But to your point, the upside from incremental innovation, Starship. I was down in Texas for the October launch of Starship 11. We see that as meaningful incremental upside to the valuation and the opportunity. And ultimately, that lift capacity is going to be what enables data centers in space and a whole nother leg of upside as a public entity.